Welcome everybody. We are getting into the holiday spirit here at ChiliDawg's Corner, and what better way to kick it off than a puzzle game centered around the theme of memories and friendship. The Gardens Between will be our first puzzle game that we review on this channel, which is surprising because puzzles tend to be the genre of video game that I gravitate towards the most. With this game, it is apparent that it knocked it out of the park, as it was the Game of the Year winner at the 2018 Australian Game Development Awards. It was developed by the studio The Voxel Agents, and you can find it free to play on Game Pass. You can purchase it on Nintendo and Steam as well. And this game is also even mobile. I think on the Google Play Store it was like $4.99. So if you're looking for a game that you can just carry around and pull out whenever you're just waiting or trying to kill time, then this might be for you. Now, the plot of this game doesn't really go as in-depth as some of the other games that we have reviewed. There wasn't any dialogue, the theme doesn't really reveal itself until the end, there's not an antagonist, and the game is relatively short, with my blind playthrough lasting roughly 4 hours. The story is centered around two friends that find themselves thrusted into this mystical world comprised of garden islands, and these islands will be nostalgic for any like 80s or 90s babies out there. As you can see in this clip here, there's like an old school computer, and that's kind of reminiscent of the LAN party days. There isn't much to talk about story-wise, and I can't really give any insight into the ending without kind of ruining it. I really wish the developers would have taken a bit more time to create a more satisfying wrap-up or build into something more dramatic, but I also have to keep in mind that this isn't a story-focused game. However, I will be giving the story aspect of this game a review score of 5 out of 10. Now, gameplay is what really makes this game. The puzzles become more abstract as you move along, and the game tends to incorporate a couple more puzzle mechanisms with each island. So in the beginning, you're more focused on ringing the wind chimes and not getting your glowing orb sucked up by this like black hole that's also a flower. And then towards the end of the game, you're taking like timing and physical science into account, as you can see in this level, when you have to use a water droplet to set off an electrical current so that you can illuminate the lanterns and find your way. Gameplay doesn't focus on controlling the characters, but rather their ability to manipulate time by moving forwards or backwards. There are a total of 20 levels, and each time you move through the portal of time at the end of the level onto the next island, you will unlock a memory scene like one of these. Now, the memory scenes contain achievements, and you will find them by manipulating time until you see an object move. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here really quick. So watch how I manipulate time in this memory scene by moving the left and right triggers until the shooting star is in the perfect position to cause the telescope to kind of chime and move back and forth. There are a total of 17 achievements, and I want to say that these memories account for roughly 7 of them. So if you're trying to be a completionist, this is how you find the little achievements in the memories. Beating the level is pretty straightforward. The goal is to get your glowing orb or a glowing orb to the time portal so that you can complete the level. I really love the amount of abstract and creative thinking that this game required. There are subtle clues to help you navigate the puzzle. You don't have to start from the very beginning if you make a mistake, and each puzzle theme played into the memory scene really well. For me, I'm going to give gameplay a 10 out of 10. Absolutely perfect on this game. The art style was very minimalist, and it enlarged everyday items that played well into the cartoonish and childlike aura of the game. My favorite level was a level that incorporated a dinosaur skeleton, and for me it brought back memories from my first time at the Smithsonian or any natural history museum. Each artistic piece melted perfectly with the theme of the levels and the memory scene. The music was composed by Tim Scheel. It has a somewhat lo-fi aesthetic that complements the storybook-esque art style and the trippy time manipulation mechanism very well. You can actually find the soundtrack on Spotify. It is titled Glowing Pains. I enjoyed the art and music because it was calming and easy on the eyes and sometimes, very surreal. So for me, I'm gonna give art and music an 8 out of 10. Our final review score for this game is a 7.6 out of 10. The Gardens Between was full of incredible and creative gameplay, and if you have ever spent time growing and exploring with a childhood friend and all you seem to have now are these treasured memories, this game will definitely pull on your heartstrings and inspire you to unpack them and place more value on their endurance and preservation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna get to work finding some short and sweet little indie games for you to get you through the holidays.